and welcome to the first episode of Salty Books featuring The Housemaid.
Woo!
Hi, Bree.
Hey.
Are you ready to talk The Housemaid?
Yes, very, very juicy book. Great recommendation.
Such a fast read. You know
Mm-hmm.
a book is good when you read it quick.
Right, and when it doesn't put you to sleep at night, it actually keeps you up.
Well, I disagree because there's so many nights I want to stay up reading. Like if I could make my eyes stay awake, I want to read like all night. I'm so into the book, but my eyes won't stay open.
Right, but you can fall asleep whenever.
Yes. Oh, it's a curse. It's terrible.
Right, so many
Um,
people have trouble sleeping. That's not you. They take melatonin, do something, and
I know.
they read to go to sleep, and that's just not you. You could sleep whenever.
But the negative side is when I want to stay up and read or watch
Right.
something, I can't stay up because my eyes just close.
Right.
All right, The Housemaid. One of three editions. It's a 3-series book. We just read the first one. We'll review and read the second one after this. And then the third one comes out June 2024. Excited?
So excited for that one.
Yeah. So one of the first questions for this book, should we say what the book is about, or people that are listening already read it, obviously?
Right. How do
Or
book clubs work?
let's see. Let's see a little synopsis, like a quick rundown. Basically, Millie is a maid is a well, she turned maid, but Millie is the main character. She has a record because something happened to her when she was young, and her life hasn't been like easy or great. So when she comes out, no one will give her a job, right? Like she, has a hard time finding a job because of her past. So she becomes a housemaid and she starts working for this questionable lady named Nina, and all this weird stuff happens while she's working there. So that's
Right.
the premise.
Right. All right, first question.
Okay, first question is, do you think that the ending is open to a sequel? Absolutely.
Well, there is a sequel.
Well, the question is, do you think it offered an easy pathway to a sequel? I think so.
Yeah.
Unanswered, like stuff left that could,
It
progress
could have
into other
ended
stuff.
there. The guy
And
died. It's like more turning it to a different family.
yeah, I
There
guess.
wasn't like a cliffhanger.
No, it could have gone either way, I guess.
Yeah.
Okay, it says, apart from lying on the floor, balancing books, pulling hair strands, and pulling teeth, can you think of any other effective torments the captor could impose on the captive in the attic room? Yeah, a lot.
All right, name some. What would you do if you had a prisoner?
I mean, all he did was make her balance books.
They
He
were
pulled
very
her teeth.
unique.
He
No,
pulled her
she made
teeth?
him pull his teeth.
Oh, right. I mean, you starve them,
Which he
you can like
did.
water
You can't waterboard because you're not in the room.
you could put the
So
heat on really high.
put the heat on really high and then put it down really cold and then put it back up really high and just like back and forth.
All right.
You can like tell them, did he make her pull out her
You
hair?
can put like a
Yeah,
really horrible noise really loud, and like they can't like
right?
not hear
Or
it.
put like a really annoying song over and over and over.
Oh, the worst. Or bright lights,
He
or
did do
only
that.
darkness,
He did do that
or on
actually.
the bright lights.
Yeah, he did like super bright lights and then he like did it completely dark. I was gonna say that pulling hair out like a specific amount, but he actually did do that to her.
Okay, that's a weird question.
Right.
Did you feel any sympathy for Andrew, or did you think he got what he deserved?
He 100% got what he deserved and he is psychotic.
So, did I feel sympathy for him? No. Was I shocked that she went through with that? Yes. I thought she was gonna I didn't see her doing that.
Right, but she's clearly a little crazy herself too. The
How
maid,
so? How?
well, she was in jail because of murder in the first place.
But you know why she was in jail, right?
Right, but
She saved her friend from being raped.
yes, but she clearly has like a impulsive nature to her. Like other
If
people might have done it differently, like just call the cops, let them handle it.
what? I don't think so. If I see my girlfriend getting,
No, but even just like Andrew, like letting him die, telling him to pull his teeth out. Like
well,
she
she was
had,
sick of his garbage.
but I'm just saying a
Yeah,
lot of people
she had
wouldn't
it
have
in
done
her.
that.
Yeah,
And she
yeah.
accepted the girl's proposal, the new employer. She accepted it because she knew that she wanted her to. There's a new worker that she was referred to, a new mom. At the very end, it ends with her being referred to a new person and she
Yeah.
accepts
Okay. She's like
knowing
a
what's lying
vigilante.
ahead. Like she has a thrill to
Yeah.
kill.
A thrill to kill. You're a poet and you didn't know it.
Uh,
So, so you're saying she's a vigilante. You know what
yes.
that is? Like justice seeker in private?
Yes.
Like that movie, The
But I guess that's
Equalizer?
not too bad. That's not a bad trait. All these men deserve it, clearly. I haven't read the
Yeah,
second book yet, so I don't know if he deserves it, but
but you do get, but she does, you have to have a little tick in you to be able to do that because I would have freaked out.
Mhm.
There's no way I'm sitting there while someone's starving in the room. Like I would die.
Well, also like the women who are getting abused don't even do it themselves.
Yeah.
Like clearly they have to like ask for outside help.
I just can't take the anxiety. I would call the cops. Like I can't. Like, I can't.
I don't know.
Were you surprised by part two and the switch to Nina's perspective?
Yes, that actually threw me for a loop.
I was so confused because I'm like, first of all, if he's so obsessed with you and he's like the psycho, he's not going to just let you leave the house, right?
When you let her leave.
Like she flipped a switch on him, brought in a hot maid, knowing he's going to fall for her, but that doesn't mean he's going to let the other one go. He just let her go.
But he did let her go. It actually worked.
No, I'm saying a psycho like that, I don't see how he'll let his captive go, even though he has his eyes on someone else.
Well, because he has
Weird.
a new captive. That's actually pretty. Like she let herself go so that he wouldn't be attracted to her, like wouldn't really feel the need
But
to
he
keep
let
her
the
around.
maid in and stopped locking the wife in the room, which is also weird. Like he allowed the dynamic to change that much.
Right.
He no longer had privacy to do his weird stuff.
Yeah.
That was weird.
I don't know.
Yeah.
Like, yeah, why
And I
he ever
couldn't
allowed,
tell.
I think it said it in the book, like why he allowed her to keep the maid. But that is weird because then he couldn't torment her.
Yeah. He has no
Um,
privacy.
yeah, I don't know.
But I couldn't tell. I couldn't picture. I like to picture what characters look like. And sometimes I can and sometimes I can't. And like Nina, I couldn't put my finger. Was she ugly? She sounded like she was fat. Like she mentioned her weight.
Well, she was beautiful and then she gained weight purposely and like stopped doing her hair and like let
Yeah.
herself go so he would stop
Yeah.
liking her.
Yeah. Ugh, I was so bummed. I just have to say, I was rooting for Millie and Andrew. I was so excited when they started their affair.
I loved Andrew.
I was like, oh my gosh, like leave your annoying ass wife and be with this
Right.
girl.
I know.
And
I was
then
kind of disappointed to see that
it was just,
she,
it was depressing.
yeah, and he was
I
just
didn't like it.
psychotic.
Yeah. What was the most memorable scene for you?
Probably him being locked in the room.
So for me is when she obviously knew at that point she didn't know the whole story and she's still thinking that Nina's the jealous wife.
Hmm.
And when Andrew asks her to go like to the theater with him and she said yes, I wanted to lose my mind. Like why would you do something so stupid? You know she's going to know.
Right. Yeah, like I don't feel bad I like started to not feel bad for Nina when that started happening to her because I was not Nina, Millie, because she was this young skank in the house who took her husband, and I don't condone that under any circumstances, even if the wife is crazy. So,
But the wife treated her like garbage.
right, but I still like
That's
brought you into my
relevant.
home to take care of my family, and now you're going after my husband.
Her daughter was a little brat from God knows where, and she treated her like garbage. I
Well,
wouldn't
the
feel
daughter's a
no.
brat because the daughter knew that something was weird in her family.
I'm just saying from her perspective,
Right.
I wouldn't care either.
Who, Millie?
I wouldn't do it though just for my own sake, not to lose my job and like my situation.
Mm-hmm.
Like out of necessity, you know? It wasn't like the
Right. But
upside's not
then
there.
Andrew has all this money, and if he ended up choosing her, she would be set anyways. Um,
But she was
if,
broke.
but
So
she didn't even know, like, yeah, exactly.
all right, before Andrew was exposed as a villain, were you hoping I just answered that. Were you hoping the romance affair between Millie and Andrew would develop? Yes.
I
I
was
was
actually
rooting for
hoping for
them.
it. He seemed really cute.
Oh, he sounded like he was so hot and so nice.
I
And
know.
she's like had this horrible life. She's like, "Oh my god, we have this connection. It's everything."
I know. I thought it was going to be like this runaway love affair, and then he ended up being psychotic.
Yeah. Do you wish Evelyn would meet with some punishment or come to a sticky end after her cruelty to Andrew as a child was revealed in the funeral? I guess Evelyn's a mom. Andrew's mom?
Yeah, I just can never understand like moms like that, like stepmoms that are that annoying. It's been in like my past recent shows that I've been watching and books, and I'm just like, they keep their mouth shut,
Hello.
and
You
I'm
know
just lose
a
it.
crazy mother-in-law in our family
Right.
obsessed with the poor daughter-in-law ruining her life.
Ruining her life, and I would say just say something, but then if you poke the bear, they get crazier. So, I don't know.
I read somewhere when I was looking up these questions that the mom at the funeral at some point told, was it Millie or Nina, like, good for you for punishing him the way you did. Like she
Mm-hmm.
thought, like, cause she would punish her son like that, and she thinks he deserved it.
Yeah, that's why her son ended up that way, because of his mother.
Well, no, he has to be sick too, because to do that to someone else,
Well,
you
for
still have to
some
be
reason,
off.
it's a thing that the person getting abused becomes the abuser, which I've never understood. If you saw how bad it was, but they end up becoming the abuser.
But I feel like maybe if you slip up once, but then once you do it, you feel so bad. You're like, I don't want to be this person. Like, I think there's a lot
No,
of
but that's not
people.
what I'm saying. Like, a lot of people who were abused become the abuser.
I know, but I'm saying if they stay the abuser and they don't like feel bad about it, I
And
think
that's
there's
what
something wrong with
happens.
them.
Right, but that's
But
what
there's something
happens.
wrong with them because there's so many people that are abused that don't
Yeah, it's
end up
called
being
trauma.
abusers. No, but there's people that are abused that don't end up being abusers. A lot of
Well,
them
and it's also just people's
because they're
personality.
good people.
Right.
All right. Do you believe Evelyn would side with Nina over Andrew's death? Yeah.
She did.
Like she didn't care that happened to her son. She was
No.
happy about it.
If he deserved the punishment, then yeah.
Yeah. What was your first impression of Enzo,
Enzo,
the gardener?
yeah. Enzo, first impression, I mean, you could clearly tell he was the good guy. I thought he was gonna be like an undercover cop or something.
He annoyed me to no end when he just would blurt out nothing and not warn, like not say what he was thinking. Like he just left everything up in the air and like never said anything.
Yeah, I mean, obviously that annoyed me in the beginning until I found out that he was like on Nina's side, and that's why he didn't say anything.
And then Nina was involved with him.
Millie thought she was hot, but that was it. Thought he was hot.
Okay. But
But
then
then they didn't
Nina
end up
didn't.
together, which was like a good move for her. Like, just start your life over.
Yeah.
Even though
Who
he
do
did
you
help her.
think? Yeah, he went against Nina to go back, or he went against Nina to go back and help her
That's
because
not
he
what I'm
didn't think it
talking
was
about.
right. Huh?
Nina started a new life, and I said, but he did help Nina.
Oh, right. But he also went against Nina to help Millie.
Not against her. I'm pretty sure Millie was like, okay, go check on her. Like Millie helped at the end,
No,
or Nina helped at the end.
yeah, but he had to convince her because she wanted nothing to do with it. She just wanted to like get away.
Nina's not a bad person. She was just an
No,
abused
she's
woman who
not. But
prayed.
she took some convincing because she was so traumatized. She just wanted to like let it go. And
Well,
he's like,
yeah.
you wouldn't want that to happen to you. Like,
Yeah, but at the end of the day, she did take the fall for it when the cops came.
who do you think would be the most likely interest for Millie, Andrew or Enzo? Andrew, obviously.
Right.
Enzo,
Next
Enzo
question.
seemed, yeah, Enzo seemed weird. I pictured him as like a walking muscle with no
Yeah,
voice.
like just like a dodo bird with muscle.
Yeah. So you remember in that Nina, the way she got with Andrew was because she was forced to drop out of college because she got pregnant from a drunken one night stand. You remember that part? And so Andrew was the CEO of the company she was started to work for, and she thought she found her prince charming, and he turned out to be so crazy and all these weird kinks and abusive stuff. So that was interesting. But
What?
yeah,
What?
the reason she ended up with Andrew is because she got pregnant on a drunken one night stand and had to drop out of college. Like her life kind of like took this huge turn, and she
Yeah.
had to work because now she had a kid by herself,
And then she thought her life was set because she was marrying like some higher up in the company.
and
And
it
he
ruined
was perfect
everything.
man, and I'm sure that happens a lot. That's like these mayors or cops that the community respects, but they're actually crazy
Yeah.
at home.
Oh yeah. Yeah. Sometimes being single is not that bad.
Right, more of the story.
Mm-hmm. So yeah, I loved the book. What else
So
happened in the
juicy,
book?
love the twists and turns that you don't expect.
The Millie thing with like having no money and living in her car, that gave me so much anxiety.
Oh, I know.
Oh my gosh.
But like, I don't know. I mean, I guess she was desperate, but just one look at that room in the attic and I would have been out.
That's what I said. I'm like, I would go back and live in my car.
Scratches on the wall.
No, just being in an attic with no window.
Right, the window was sealed shut.
No.
No.
I'd rather live in my car.
Right. She could have found another job, even though she said she was looking for months and kept getting denied. So she was just at rock bottom, I guess.
Yeah. So the second installment, the second book is really good. It's like her continuation of being a housemaid, obviously in another house or something. But obviously with her vigilante stuff, you know. What do you think? Predictions?
Yeah, you already read it, right? So
Yes.
I'm going to predict that I'm guessing the husband must be abusive, maybe, and that's why the wife wants to get rid of him. And something's gonna go wrong, and the wife is gonna die. I don't know, I'm just making up my own story.
Do you think she has a boyfriend?
Are you hinting she has a boyfriend?
No, I'm asking, do you think she has a boyfriend she's dating in the second book?
There must be some sort of love aspect to the second book. They're not gonna do the whole her falling in love with the husband again, unless she tries to pretend to fall in love with the husband. But maybe she falls in love with a guy, like another guy, not the husband, and she doesn't want to risk going back to jail because she found the love of her life and just wants to start anew. But now she's tied into this family and needs to finish the job. That's my prediction.
What
So we'll
else
see.
happened in the book? Anything else interesting?
Mm,
I don't know. I feel like it was so juicy, and those questions weren't that. I just grabbed those questions from, a book site, but no, that's it. Okay. Quick and easy, short and sweet, salty
short.
books. First book review for the records. We're going to read Housemaid 2. What's it called? Housemaid. The Housemaid Secret is the second book.
All right.
So we'll come back. I don't know, February or March, depending how fast you can read it.
Yeah, we'll see.
All right. Well, we'll see you next time. See books.